matter what day it is. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week. There's always a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing that I want to talk about tonight is X-Men 97, because this has been out for, well, this is the second week. There's 3 episodes out right now, and the numbers came out for the very first 2 episodes that dropped on Disney Plus, and they did great. It's the best animation series since season 1 of What If, that is, at 4 million viewers. 4 million viewers in the first 5 days. So Disney is very happy about this. Marvel's very happy about this, because all this shit recently, they've been like, oh, what's going to happen? We're going to have a win here. And they have a win right now, too, which is great for this. And I hope that this show keeps doing what it's doing, because so far I've been loving it. If you're a fan of the original X-Men series from the 90s, this is just right there again. And the voices are replaced. The other actors are fucking great. Yeah. X-Men action across the board, everybody. Love it so much. And you know, the X-Men are always fighting the bad guys, kicking some ass, and the bad guys 2 is coming out. That's right. They've been pushing forward. Universal Pictures and DreamWorks Animation has made a sequel to this. And of course, the first one was all right. You know, it did pretty good. It made $250 million. That's not bad, everybody. Not bad. But the new one is coming out August 1st, 2025. They just released it. Sam Rockwell is coming back. I love Sam Rockwell. He's fucking awesome in this, of course. And then Craig Robinson also is in this. Awkwafina's in this too. Anthony Ramos is in there. Great cast over the whole works of all of it. And I think that they have just a great project here. I think it will be good. The first one was a lot of fun. Hopefully the next one will do great too. Check it out in theaters, hopefully. Hope people see it. If not, check it out. It'll probably be on like Peacock or something like that afterwards. So, you know, the bad guys are always the bad guys. Another bad guy that's coming back. Well, is he a bad guy or an anti-hero, or is he Dexter? I don't know. But you is coming back, everybody. That's right. You has started to shoot officially in New York City. That's right. Penn Badgley's coming back one more time for I think it's the last season, right? Pretty sure it is. And they're going back to New York, wrapping up, going back to where they came back from the very beginning. And they're excited to see if they can have such success as they've had so far with this series. So hopefully, if you're a fan of You, get ready, because they are shooting finally after all the strikes and everything else. And they're probably excited to be back, like most people. But I feel like this guy from You, though,
Brian.
You're not a fan of You. Hey, calm down, Mr. Casey, touchy ghost. I'm a fan of You, though. You don't be a fan of me, but I can be a fan of you. That's all I'm saying. But this character suffers from he's a delusional stalker pretty much, so he might need a little bit of shrinking. That's all I can say. But Shrinking is coming back, everybody. That's right. Shrinking is coming back for season 2, and they are shooting right now. And Ted Lasso himself, Mr. Brett Goldstein, he's been behind the scenes, the co-creator for this for a while, and they've been trying to get him on camera. Jason Segel's like, come on, man, you're Roy Kent, get in the fucking show. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it. And then apparently this new season, there's a role that he could not turn down, and he's finally coming on as a guest star in this new series of season 2 of Shrinking. And I love the first season, and I love Roy Kent here. He's my boy. So I hope he says fuck a few times. He better, you know. He has to, right? But I think he's hilarious on the show as it is. I think he'll add into this mix very well. I'm interested to see what he'll play. I really am. No one knows yet. We'll have to wait and find out. And I feel like, you know, people that really need shrinking are the characters on Euphoria, which has been delayed, everybody. It has been delayed for a while. They still hope that it's going to come out in 2025. They don't really know right now. There's been rumors. The reason why is that Zendaya is going to shoot Spider-Man 4, and that's why it's delayed. But they're releasing all the cast right now from all their commitments right now, so you can go do another job, do what you're going to do. But we're going to have you back eventually, but there's no timetable for the next season 3 of Euphoria. And I bet a lot of these casts and characters are pretty upset about this, but this is what happens in Hollywood. The strike changed everything, and so now we have to readjust schedules based on other people's availabilities and based off of different projects. It's just how it's going. So we'll have to see what happens with this moving forward. Haven't seen any of these shows. Edward Hyde, you know,
I'd pee on this if I could.
Happy doesn't want to watch Euphoria, but I feel like there's a lot of peeing happening on Euphoria on each other because there's a lot of drugs and abuse and all that shit. But yeah, you know, Edward Hyde, I would say watch Shrinking if you're going to watch any of these. I know Sabrina loves You. I haven't watched You, but Sabrina does love you, Edward Hyde. And this is a fun play on words here. But I would say, Peppy, calm down, man. Don't give me shit about this. I'm having a good time, okay? I'm having a good time. So hump day. It's your favorite day of the week. You're humping everybody all day, every day. So calm down. The humpiest of the humpers is Peppy. But Euphoria, I haven't watched it yet, but I hear it's great. People love it so much. They do. They love it as much as Timothee Chalamet loves this scarf. I gotta show him one more time this fucking scarf, everybody. But Chalamet, it's Chalamet Day one more time because he has signed an exclusive deal. That'd be spicy tonight. But Chalamet has signed a first look deal with WB. This is crazy. Like, they haven't done this for a while, but his last two projects between Dune 2, which is fucking awesome, and also, Willy Wonka, I still haven't seen it yet, but I hear decent things about it. I keep looking at it on my Macs, and I'm like, do I play it? Do I not play it? I'm such a fan of Gene Wilder. It's hard to dive into something like this. I still, the Johnny Depp one just hurt me, guys. Just hurt me. But hopefully this is good. But they already been paying him a lot of money, double digits right now in the millions. He's getting multiple pictures, and he's be working with WB. So good for him. You're going to see a lot more Timothee Chalamet over at WB. And of course, he's done really well. He really has. Also, they're hoping this is really well at WB and Lionsgate. It's Kong and Godzilla coming back one more time, opening this weekend. That's right. It's finally coming over Easter weekend. The last one came over COVID times, so they released the Max, and it didn't do as well. People were really upset about it. This is a big movie. Come on. But that one made $48 million. But this one, opening weekend, they're projecting $135 million. $135 million. So could be a colossal box office smash. And I hope WB and Lionsgate do more big blockbuster movies because of this, because we got to keep going back to the theater. But I mean, then again, I saw Kong with that metal claw shit. I don't know if guys, I don't know what you're doing here, but everyone says Godzilla -1's better, and I think that's probably true. So we'll have to wait and see this one, but I have a feeling like it will be. But two more giants that might collide, everybody, is Keanu Reeves and Anthony Mackie. At least that's what Anthony Mackie wants, because Anthony Mackie came forward and said he wants to be in John Wick 5 or 6. What does he know about this? There's two more coming. We heard about one, but he said he'd be the coolest dad in the universe if he was actually going one-on-one with John Wick, and he's fighting for it. He's actually pitching it, trying to get Keanu to let him in this next movie. So in his dream world, it's him versus Keanu, and I don't know what's going to happen, everybody. I just don't know what's going to happen. But I do know that Keanu has more projects lined up, one with Matt Bomer himself, and that's called this new project coming forward. I thought I had the name written down someplace. Oh, yeah, The Outcome. The Outcome's moving forward, and this is an interesting take because it's about a Hollywood star that follows a damaged Hollywood star, and what happens is someone blackmails him with a mysterious video clip. Guessing it's a sex tape. It's got to be, right? So Keanu plays the main person. Pepe, I know. Pepe, it's at least original a little bit, man. It's something different, isn't it? I mean, come on, man. Give me a slack here. But it sounds interesting to me. Jonah Hill.
Who is this for?
It's for all those child actors who've been abused, Pepe, and for Pepe, anybody that fucking just didn't get anywhere in Hollywood and they had the Hollywood dream and it fell apart, maybe. And also, it's supposed to show us an inside perspective on Hollywood in a lot of ways, I think. But you gotta ask Jonah Hill, because he's directing this. It's his directorial debut, and he's also going to be in it as well. And it's through Apple, so they're doing this whole thing. So it might be good. We'll have to wait and find out. But I like both these actors, Keanu. I love Bomber. We'll see what happens. But again, it's about Hollywood, and Hollywood is going through some massive updates. Hollywood Boulevard, they're going to start expanding bike lanes, bus lanes, wider sidewalks. They're going to have other safety improvements such as crosswalks all across Hollywood Boulevard. And the city's aiming to have these improvements come out in 2025. And Hollywood Boulevard has just been a shitstorm for a long time. It's just fallen apart. And this is probably based off that new the new passage of the bill that came across to actually fix the roads and streets of Hollywood. So that's probably where this came from. And I hope that does make Hollywood better. But people are pissed because you can't shut down Hollywood Boulevard. It's going to cause a lot of problems. And then all of a sudden it's be congested, hard to get anywhere. But that's LA in general. So what are you going to do about it, right? But Hollywood Boulevard is going to have a lot of updates. And I hope that it does help people across the board. But there also, somebody else that I want to talk about too that's pretty big in Hollywood is Pierce Brosnan. And Pierce Brosnan came forward recently and says he supports the new Bond choice. That's right. He thinks that guys, we talked about this before. Pepe, you are on one tonight, man. I don't know what's going on with you, but you gotta take a little breather here once in a while. We're having a good time trying to do a show, trying to talk about Taylor Johnson coming in to be the fucking new Bond, and you're just giving me shit all the time. I'm saying, I love you, man. I love you, Peps. But can he be the best Bond? Can he be? I don't know. But Pierce Brosnan came forward and said, hey, guys, I fully support him being the next Bond. And, of course, he was a Bond in Goldeneye, one of my favorites. Tomorrow Never Dies, The World's Not Enough. And now he said, yes. He goes, I think that his charisma to play Bond is very much there, and he thinks he'll be a great Bond. So will he be? Will he won't? He was not a good freaking part of Marvel, but I think that he does have great roles. I just don't see him as Bond, everybody. I'll say it once again. I just don't see him as Bond. but we'll have to wait and find out. But I do see this. I did see this happening in a lot of ways. But Quiet on Set is getting one more episode. They had 4 episodes that dropped. They're getting one more, a special 5th episode's coming out. It's a surprise episode they're calling about. This is about the dark side of kids on TV. We've been talking about this too on the show quite a bit. And what happened with Drake Bell. And I mean, to me, it's just like, I can't even imagine what's happened working on Nickelodeon shows myself for multiple years in a row. Hearing about this stuff happening, working on Disney projects too. It's really sad. It's supposed to be like a family dynamic. We talked about this last Friday, and you hate to see this happen. And kids should be safe on set. We're getting one more episode to get a dive deeper into this whole thing. It's the synopsis says it's going to read about, it's going to be like a different take on it. It's going to include a conversation with new people and stuff, and it's going to build upon the revelations explored in the first 4 episodes. So, kick-ass as Bond. Yep, kick-ass Bond. That's what we're getting, kick-ass Bond. Hopefully he will kick it up a few more times. And I want to ask one more question. Where the fuck is Diddy, everybody? Where is Diddy? Because right now, we've been wondering right now, P. Diddy himself, with we know what happened. We talked about this the other day, is that all the feds they just raided his houses in Miami and Los Angeles, and they got his kids. Now he's saying his kids weren't arrested, well, according to his lawyer, but there were pictures of his kids being arrested, so who knows? There's also rumors about him getting on a plane and flying across. Well, they said Cape Verde before. Now I'm hearing someplace in the Bahamas maybe he went. But his lawyers came forward and had this statement. They said that this was an unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, which leads to premature rush to judge Mr. Combs, and nothing more than a witch hunt, they're saying it, based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. And that Combs himself is in America. He is not on the run, not saying where he's going to be, but it says there's been no finding of criminal or civil liability of any of these allegations, and Mr. Combs is innocent until proven guilty, and he will someday clear his name. And of course, allegations of sex trafficking. Sex trafficking, everybody, which we talked about a few times. And the fact that like his lawyer's saying he's someplace. I know. He needs to stop this shit, man. He's fucking P. Diddy. He's Sean Combs. He's Puff Daddy himself. What the fuck is he doing? I don't know. But if you're innocent, come forward, man. Where in the world is Carmen P. Diddy? I don't know. We had a thing for that before. I don't know what it was. What did we say before, Jake?
I liked it.
You done lost your mind.
I know. Perhaps as I do. Well, breaking news, everybody. A lot of fucking breaking news. Happy Hump Day. We had a thing for it on Monday. I can't remember what Jake and I were saying, but Carmen San P. Diddy.
Carmen like Sean P. Diddy or something. Carmen Sean P.
Diddy. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We can't hear you, Sabrina. We can't hear you.
In the world.
It's Carmen Sean P. Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
Does the look on Sabrina's face? Tentacles happening.
I mean, you can't turn him in until he turned himself in without a warrant.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he disappeared. I don't know. And they raided his house. I don't know, Jerry. You don't think he should turn himself in?
Right? There is this thing called you have to have a warrant to get to turn yourself in on.
Yeah.
And from what they did to his house,
they could have had a warrant to search his place.
Yeah, well, you can get a warrant to search just about any place. But what they did was destroy his houses. Did you see the pictures?
Oh yeah,
joke.
They got in there. They brought those like battle cats, what they called, or there's something like that. They come in there and they kick some ass.
And his kids didn't get arrested. They were at the house. They got detained. That's standard procedure.
Detained.
When they serve a search warrant, anybody in the house gets detained. That's what happens.
We're going to the thirsty daddy on this one.
So they can't hide things or do things or all the things.
You got anything else, Jared, that happened that you read about?
No, but I've been there when they've done it. I was a cop for a couple of years, and that's just standard procedure. When you're serving a warrant in the house, everybody in the house gets detained at least for a few minutes. But not arrested.
So do you think that he's in deep trouble though with all this stuff, or do you think that he'll be okay?
Brian, I'm going to fall back on what I've said on the show a couple of times. I don't judge him until we get the facts. You get people screaming shit. That's like he got on the plane and he flew away, which was total bullshit. His plane did, but he didn't. I mean, come on, guys, get some proof and put it out where it can be looked at. No, don't just go off a half-cocked again. Get too much of that.
That's a great headline, though.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it makes a great headline. You're right.
It does. Yeah, that's some good breaking news, everybody.